the pictures. So he's going to give me the logs.
All right, we're on, Leslie. So,
Okay.
how are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Phil Kent here, and just doing another Facebook Live as part of the challenge that I'm doing. I'm joined once again by the lovely Leslie. We've been talking just before we came on air, so we thought what we'd do, we'd kick the live off and carry on the subject. It seems to make sense because we've been talking about the dreaded Facebook algorithm, and not only on Facebook, it seems to be across the IG platform and other social media platforms. And what we've basically been saying is it's quite restricting. It started off because I was on a call with one of my dominators who wanted to do a lot of Facebook organic work. He gets reasonable engagement. He doesn't get tons, but he doesn't get dead views. But he's found it hard work, like we all have, Leslie. You know, and he's now looking. He said, "Look, I can't be doing this constant battle," which is what it's turning into, isn't it? Let's be honest. He said he now wants to focus on using the magic link within the OSP system, paying for the traffic and going that route because it's just too hard work. And what we've just been discussing with is everybody is having this problem. I personally don't think there is a right or wrong way, Leslie. I think it is just down to whether Facebook looks at your stuff and says, we're going to show it or not. And if they're not going to show it, you ain't going to get zero, are you? What's your gut feeling tell you about it all?
I think one of the things I've noticed on Instagram when we started our Reels challenge back at the beginning of August, some of these people that are in other programs that are doing the 7-second videos or Reels, they had huge views. And I see even their numbers are dropping down a little bit. I think it's peaked.
Possibly,
I think we're coming down the other side a little bit. So, you know, instead of getting my 1,500 views now, I'm quite happy if I can hit 600.
Was it on Instagram?
Oh, this is on Instagram, yeah.
That's quite a high average for Instagram views. I mean, a lot of people are in a similar club to the TikTokers. They're lucky if they get 200 or less. You know, it's not as easy as it used to be, is it? By far. I mean, and also when I had, like, we spoke about my Instagram account that I've still got, which is an old account. It was unused for a while. But I also, when I used to post stuff on there, whether it was a reel or even just a post, you know, I used to get.
Sorry, Phil, I need to take this. Sorry.
That's all right.
Can you?
You can mute yourself. So Leslie just got a call. What we were basically just saying is, I mean, when I used to use the Instagram account in the past, I mean, I used to get a lot of comments. I used to get some are just crappy comments or whatever, but I used to get a lot of comments. And these days, people are struggling to get comments. And we've covered this before because I think it is a lazy thing now with people. People are lazier than they used to be. They just scroll endlessly. Are you back with us?
I'm back, yeah.
Yeah. What I was just saying while you were taking that call, I said, when I was using my Instagram account in the past, I mean, I didn't get anywhere near the thousands of views, but I used to get more views, certainly what I'm getting now, which isn't that difficult. But I used to get a lot of comments. It used to be quite regular. You know, some comments are just, hey, come and check this guy out or come and check my site out, but they were still commenting nevertheless. I was getting loads of likes, loads of comments, and I think now the nation is lazier. I think we've touched on this before. People can't be bothered to stop and comment. It's the same with Facebook. It's across the platform that because everything is so real and short video orientated, they just want to scroll, maybe hit a few likes, scroll. You know.
Yeah, I think they scroll or they put unkind comments. I get, particularly on YouTube, I get a lot of unkind comments. And I delete them because they upset me, so I'm not going to look at them.
Well, that's right. Why should you if they find it that way?
Yeah.
And YouTube Shorts lately, since I've been focusing a bit more over there, my YouTube Shorts are getting better than they were. I'm getting a lot that average around 2,000. I've had a couple that hit 4,000. I still get some that drop down. Obviously, I still get some that only get 20, 50, 100, but I think that's just the norm. My best one was a couple of evenings ago. It's just short of 8,000 now. It was 7,600 and something, and it just took off. But again, I was playing with trying the overlay text, trying the headlines, seeing do they prefer my videos, my own videos, putting them on the templates, or do they prefer their own? They seem to go for CapCut's own templates a lot better. using the text or headlines. But I also did what you similar to what you did. I started just moving away from that affiliate angle, if you like, and just bringing a little bit more curiosity into it, or a bit of debate, something that piques people's interest. And
yes,
the videos that went really well were definitely on that theme, and I put it across as the title. I can just see my channel from here. I'll just have a look. The one that hit 6,000. Yeah, I mean, it was just a simple one. The video itself was about people who had been sort of isolated and not sort of bullied as such, but treated differently. And the video itself was only a short sort of 20-second one of CapCut, and it just
so are you saying 76,000?
No, 7,600.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and that's even good.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot that average around 2,000 now. That's it. And this video just sort of said, if this happens to you, are you the bad person? So I wrote that across the title. I said, are you the bad person? And it was so fast. I mean, it hit nearly 1,000 within about an hour, and I was like, wow. And then I've had loads of comments on it by YouTube standards. 74 was the last count. Where people were just sort of interacting there, saying, this has happened to me, and telling me a bit about themselves and stories. I was thinking, I've hit something here. I've hit a little sort of curiosity topic here. I've got people talking. Then I had another really good one that I found on the one that got the most comments and about 4,000 views. I found one on CapCut that said, if you could go back to your 13-year-old self and give it a piece of advice, what would it be? And that was all the videos, only about 8 seconds long.
Yes.
Posted that, boom, that went really fast. That shot up to about 2,000. Loads of comments, people saying, I'll go back and say this, I'll go back and say that. Some silly ones, some funny ones, but some really, really sort of thought-provoking ones. And I'm thinking, these are definitely a good trend over on YouTube Shorts. People that they can get involved in. It is interesting. Like I said, when you're playing around with these, thinking, you can see people like this. They like, you can go back to this, or you pick a topic where it's a little bit of a hot topic, they'll actually get involved and watch it and leave comments, which is a rarity these days for people to leave comments. It is. I mean, I think the interaction is low, and that's across the board. Even on Facebook, people are quite, especially now Facebook allows you to hit the comment box and they'll give you a load of suggested answers. That almost makes people even lazy, because they just go, I'll just hit that, boom, that'll do. They haven't even got to type.
Yeah. I must admit, I've never used YouTube that much, ever. It's one of those channels, In fact, I never really used social media. I don't know why I'm picking YouTube. I mean, I just wasn't a social media sharing my life on social media type of person. And I mean, I've shared more in the since July than I've ever shared in my whole life.
Well, I used to use YouTube video a lot back in the day when I was marketing, and back then it was probably one of my top lead sources, to be honest, because it was easy to do, knock out video, knock out reviews, knock out instructional videos. You got a program, you show them tools of the back office. These things were massive back then, and people used to love them, and it would be a really good source of leads if you could take your time out and show somebody around a program that was popular and put your face out there. It used to be one of my main lead sources. It's certainly not now. It's not for the main videos. It's so hard because there's so many big guns on YouTube now. It's so hard to get ranked for your videos to get seen, things like that. It used to be easier. And I never used to touch sort of video shorts or reels at all, not really until sort of recently. But it's certain, I think the whole video shorts and reels thing has boomed over the last year or so.
Well, I think everything has since COVID, hasn't it?
It has,
Sit home.
And the attention spans are low. People, that's why the video or YouTube short has to be a minute, has to be like 59 seconds or less. Second it goes to a minute, it's a YouTube video. It's no longer a short. So,
which I didn't realize, when I first started, that was one of the things I didn't know. So some of these videos where you're showing people how to sign up as an affiliate on a website, can go to 1 minute 10 seconds, and
that's
then
it, it's a
my
video.
it's gone into a video.
It's a
But
video. Yeah.
I've been trying to keep my reels down to about 15 seconds. If I can get them down to 7 or 8, that's a good day.
It is good. I mean, it's like, because like you'd think on face value, people is try and say this to people. 7 seconds? What can you do in 7 seconds? But you sort of say, this is the attention span of people. It's about 7 or 8 seconds. You know, the minute, you know, it goes to sort of 30-second long, oh, that's a mammoth. I'm not going to watch that.
Well, they move on from it, don't they? They tap through.
They move on unless it's in captivating and all the rest of it. But
I think my average time, Phil, on Facebook when I looked at the stats, 18 seconds.
18 seconds. So
and a lot of them were a minute and a half.
It is on par with everything, and I can see why. I mean, I used to do quite a lot of DMing, and you know, my wife knows the battles I've had of it lately. I said to her, I'm just getting to the stage where I'm moving away from it, because it's just so hard work now. Whereas before, I could send a bunch of messages out, and at least a high majority would be seen.
Yes.
At least they see them. If they see them and don't answer them, that's one of them things. But if they're not even getting seen, because obviously on PC and Facebook, you just think it's such a dead time wasted online, isn't it? Because you're thinking you could spend an hour or more sending 2 hours maybe going through people for send a message to them, and not one of them gets seen. I think over 60 the other day, and only 3 actually saw the message. You're thinking,
really? And how did you find out that only 3 saw the message?
Because it shows me on my messenger.
Oh, okay.
Quite clearly. I mean, if you put, and you can see on any message box, if you send a message, it would just say sent. But you know if they've seen it, because their little face pops up in the little circle down the bottom. That's how you know they've seen it. So if that doesn't pop up, they haven't seen the message. So they're not, you know. So that's how you know. Especially if you open Messenger up on the PC as well, and on the actual, it shows it even clearer. But you can just see this whole line of messages that have been sent. Not one of them has even seen it. So you just think,
I'm not having that problem, you know, but I'm not sending out 60 messages at a time. But that's a lot.
It is a lot, but it was the numbers. But I used to get high numbers from that, and then because the way I used to look at it, that wasn't in one day, by the way. That was over a couple of days. If I could try and send 30 messages a day, you used to get back, you know, you'd get a good, I'd say at least 10 messages back out of that, at least on average. Before you'd get people to see it and answer it. Some might just say, hey, I'm good. But then the way I used to look at it, if you could get 30 out, get 10 messages back, and then get 2 or 3 good conversations out of that.
I just got to open the door, Phil. Sorry.
That's all right.
Someone's at the front door.
She's had a phone call and now she's run off to the front door. She's a popular lady, our Leslie. But getting back while Leslie goes and answers the door, it is a hard thing, and a lot of people are struggling with it. Yeah. You're a popular lady today, Leslie. So
I'm on duty. This is a problem working from home.
But no, this is the problem. This is why it used to be easier for me. I used to sort of gauge numbers, think if I could send 30 out, I'll get 10 replies back. Out of that, I'll get 3 or 4 good conversations, and then you think you're going to convert at least a couple of those. And then you're working with them sort of numbers. It's a different ball game, and sometimes you can get 10 back and you'll convert 5. You know, when you're sending this sort of numbers out, and these people aren't even seeing the message, because Facebook is just deciding, well, we're not going to give them any notification. We're going to bury it in their message folder, and unless they actually go physically to their folder to have a look, they're not going to see it. You know, and
I found a lot in
Facebook Facebook wants you messaging people that your friends. That's what it comes down to now, and it's supposed to be a social platform where you make new friends, but no. But
well, I spent last night. Wayne was doing his encore for the training that was on.
All right,
Saturday, and I didn't need to watch it again, but I put it on in the background and listened while I was going through groups. So he was on I think it was nearly 2 hours, 1 hour, 45 minutes. I actually managed to get 5 people to accept a friend request.
That's what I mean. It is ridiculous. It is so hard.
I mean, a lot of them I couldn't send one to because they were everyone's a member of OLSP.
That's right. Yeah.
So there's no point sending it to those people. So you have to go through everyone's profile to check out where they're at.
You do.
It takes time.
It does take time because you can't just sort of send them out blind. It's like when I've got a ton of friend requests that are coming, like most people have, because you don't just send, unless it's somebody I know's spoken to, they're going to drop me a friend request and I can accept it straight away. But otherwise you have to go and check them out. Are they a crypto nutter? Are they a solo ad seller? What are they into? And I've got so many, because that to me is at the bottom of my list, going through received friend requests to see if I want to accept them or not. And because you think I just can't be bothered because it takes time to go over there and dig through
I got invited into 2 groups on Facebook, and one of them is with a Portuguese guy, Andre, who's a really lovely man, and the other one is with another guy called Alan. I think he's Croatian. I'm not 100% sure, but he's also a very lovely person. And they both pitched to me, and I'm not buying, but Andre said to me, he said, Leslie, just don't accept friend requests. Just simply don't accept them. He said, I accept nobody. He said, you decide who you want to send a request to. I took that advice, and I have to say, people sit in my box where they've sent me a friend request. There's been people in there for 4 months, and I have been told I need to get them cleaned out, because it's not a good idea to have them sitting there.
No, I've got a lot of people sitting there as well. A lot of people do keep them sitting there. I see, and the good thing is, if somebody does send you a friend request, then they're automatically following you. So there is that bit that comes up. But yes. I think it's across the board. A lot of people don't accept friend requests that come in because of this, because there's so much scammy and spammers around and the crypto nutters and all the rest of it.
Yeah, the crypto people are the worst. They
are the worst.
They pretend that they are interested in affiliate marketing, and are you an expert in it, and blah blah blah, and then they say, and how much knowledge do you have of crypto?
Yeah. And they won't even take no for an answer. Sometimes you get a polite one and you just say to them, thanks anyway, but I've never been interested in crypto. It's not for me. Oh, but come on. You're thinking, look, I've said no, and they just keep banging on. In the end, you just think, block. That's the one feature on Facebook, which is great.
It does work.
It does. At least you can just literally get rid of someone just like that.
But it's even the ones that are coming in on the comments, Phil, that really annoy me. I leave a comment on your post, and then they comment and tag me, telling me to check somebody out. Yeah, I report them all. I untag and I report them all.
They're the words. Are you thinking, sure, you honestly think this kind of method works? Who's going to take any notice of that? And some of them go around down a whole post and comment on every single person's comment, don't they? If you get someone with a lot of comments, check this person out, check this person out, check this person out. You're thinking, I know, my God, it's horrendous.
I saw on Instagram, Beverly had someone did that on a number of her posts. There was like 15 of them, one after the other.
One after the other, yeah. You do see it.
So annoying.
It is annoying because you've got to block that person or go and remove all those comments, because even if you block them, everybody else can see them. It's just it is annoying. It's a strange world, the online world. But I totally sympathise with my dominator, because he's just said, because when he first came to me, he said he wanted to learn about organic, and that's how I sort of got on board, because I said there's a load of organic training inside of OLSP if you're interested, and it was a slower conversation. It took a while to get him on board, but he's still there, and he's a worker, and he never minds asking questions. And I say to him, you ask, you don't just sit there in silence, you ask. And he started turning up the huddles and things, so he's good. But
What's
he's now
name?
Carlo Vanelli. Yeah, he's a nice guy, and he's plodding along at his own pace, and he's doing well. But he said to me just on the call before I come on to you, and he just said, this is the route I want to go down. I want to go down the magic link. And I told him about Derek. He said, can you send me a link to his profile? I want to see what he's done. I said, yeah, because he's done exceptionally well. And I said, that's all he's done. And I said, it is one of the most successful routes inside of OLSP. I said, you need some funding initially to do it. And he said, I don't mind investing. He said, I'm quite happy to do that. And he said, so I said, fair play to him, because I've sent him the page that works best for me. And that's that. So hopefully he'll continue.
It's such a good deal, isn't it, at the current price? I mean, it's probably still a good deal at the next price with all the add-ons that are coming. Huge add-ons for value. But I don't know. People, it's like my son says. My son is 28, and he said it's not that people are poorly paid. He said, but they're paid 40,000 a year, but their mortgages have gone up, their utilities have gone up. They don't have the spare cash anymore. And I think that has a lot to do with it.
It is. I mean, it's hard for a lot of people, but I mean, he's fortunate enough to be able to. He said he's got the money to put into the traffic, but he wants them. He said, I'm not going to go mad yet. He wants to get the right page. So he's taken a very sensible approach. He said,
yes.
Once he said, he took a little while to understand the Magic Link system, and just before I got off the call with him, I said to him, go back to the Dominator training, go back to the bonus training. What's the Magic Link one again? He said, I have seen it. I said, but how, you've only seen it once. And I said, you're like many people who've gone through all the training. I said, it's not possible to retain all that training through one time of watching. I said, this is the area you want to focus on. So go back and watch that again. I said, because you're understanding it now, and it's going to be make a lot more sense to you watching
Absolutely.
it second time round. He said, you know what, I'm going to do that. I said, because that's all it's about. Is the Magic Link training, And I said, which is what you want to do. And I said, Wayne explains it so well, and he's got questions coming in at the same time. I said, watch it again. You'll probably take it a lot more second time round. I said, I've watched it 3 times. I said, because I needed to get my head around it. I said, you can't watch all that training once and go, got it. I said, it's not possible. You've got to say, right, I want to go back to that. I watched the toffee method twice.
I've watched it twice, and I need to go back because I'm becoming much more aware of what I'm doing and the reasons that I'm doing it.
And you have to go back. That's the beauty of it. To take it in properly, this is what you got to do, and this is what people are not doing enough of. They think, I've gone through it all. I've gone from training.
Well, the other thing is, though, Phil, you send the Magic Link out. You forget what you're sending out to people.
Yeah.
Because in fact, someone asked me how much it was to be a Dominator. I had to go back and have a look. I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
I mean,
you did well because you had a good start, didn't you? You sort of came in, upgraded to VIP, and then you got a VIP sale as well, which was quite good timing.
Yeah, but my VIP has not done anything.
No.
Both my Dominators signed up for a couple of months and then left. I didn't even know they were going to leave. They just disappeared. So a good start kind of took a little bit of a dive,
But that is the industry as well, isn't it? It's trust the process and keep going.
I wouldn't want to be as busy as Beverly because I've got a 9-to-5 job.
No, that's almost too much. I mean,
yes.
Ilse is struggling. But Ilse is too busy. I've told her, and so has Wayne actually told us, that you need to slow down a little bit because she's part of 3 programs, and quite often she'll sit on one Zoom and go to another Zoom, and then she's a workaholic, bless her, and she's done well this week. She had a good week. She's got 2 high tickets come through.
Yes.
And so she
deserves.
Married, no, she's not. She's never told me she has anyway.
Yeah.
She is a workaholic, but you need that time, and
well, she looked tired the other night on the call, and I thought, gosh, Ilse, you look like you've been up all night working.
Yeah, she's a lovely person, and she is a workaholic, but I've said to her, come on, take some time,
Yes.
Telling her, she said to me, I don't listen, I keep going, but
she said she's a workaholic, isn't she?
But she said at one stage she's getting 60 to 70 DMs a day sometimes. How can you handle that many coming in?
From between the 3 programs.
Possibly. And she just said she's handling that many. And I just think it's too much to be handling that many different conversations in a day. It's crazy.
And she's doing a job, isn't she?
I don't know if she's doing a job now.
Okay.
She was in the corporate in the corporate world. I think this is all she does now. But she's a workaholic, bless her. I mean, she deserves what she gets, but you've got to have that time out as well. So.
Yeah, you need that to recover. Anyway, yes.
Better wrap it up because we were talking for 20 minutes before. Next time we'll have to go live straight away, won't we?
And you've got a cup of tea coming.
It's just arrived, my cup of tea. My wife just brought me a lovely cup of tea. She does, and she's waiting for the TV now as well. So she's still.
Listen, it's lovely to chat, Phil.
Anyway,
one of these days, someone else will be on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to see if I can, because this time's not a bad time for Leah, and I'll grab her in and maybe we can get on her on. That's it was his friend Leah. She's over in Canada,
Yes.
and this sort of her morning time, and she's done a couple. She's not been on for a while. She's a great chatter. She's really good at coming on. So we'll try and get a
She's
couple
got a lot
more
of
in.
experience as well, hasn't she?
She's really good head on her. I mean, it was picked her up in RPM. You know, and she's got herself a real little diamond there. She's a real grafter, and she's very knowledgeable and got a good head on her shoulders. So, and that's what we said. These good people are out there. It's just finding them.
Finding
You
them,
need-
absolutely.
You need the same people as our work ethic. Anyway,
Yes.
Leslie, we'll wrap it up. So thanks
Have
for
a
watching,
lovely
people.
evening.
Let me know when you want to jump on next. Just shoot me a DM or a comment like you did last time, and we'll set it up. And
Okay. Yeah.
This time works. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow's Wednesday. I think my parents are going to pop over tomorrow because my dad's bringing my toilet flush flapper
Not the toilet bait again.
to put on the toilet. I mean, it's only because the toilet is running constantly, and he said it's running a cup of water a day. That's a waste of money.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah. So he's
Keep us
under
posted.
pressure.
Keep us posted on the toilet saga. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, let me know when you want to jump on, and if you give me a day, I'll see if we can get Leah or someone over as well.
Okay.
And we'll get 2 or 3 of us on.
Okay, that would be lovely. Great, Phil. Thank you very much.
Thanks as always, Leslie. Thanks everybody for watching, and whatever you're doing, people have a great day, afternoon, evening, and enjoy whatever you're doing. And we'll catch you on the next live. Cheers and bye for now.
Take care. Bye.